think we are. Let me make sure. Okay, we live. All right, yeah, just had a, let's call it technical difficulty immediately. I actually thought that the chapter was already set up to go, but it is now. And what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to go into, let me stop for a second. I don't know if it picked up. I don't know if we picked up or not. So what I'm going to do is just start with this and see what happens. So welcome. We're now moving forward. We're going into Genesis chapter 13. We just did Genesis chapter 12 last night, and the whole intent is to prepare ourselves to read the entire New Old Testament, one day at a time, one chapter at a time, so you can meditate on that chapter at your leisure, and see the Bible unfold itself to you. Seeing how for us, the fact that it's for Christians, it's about Abram. We just chapter 12, introduction of Abram. Genesis chapter 1 talked about the introduction of the creation. Genesis chapter 2, usher in the Adam is introduced. So every chapter is building upon the other, and you're seeing the characters. And the fact that I want you to know that the Old Testament is foreshadows of things to come, of the prophecy being fulfilled by Christ. So now what we're going to do is talk about the journey. We get the journey of Abram, and we'll move from what he actually did with in 13, because you remember in 12 he brought also, when he was told to get, he brought Lot with him, because God told him get away from your family, but he brought Lot with him. So 12 is interesting because it's just Abraham and Sarah and Lot going into Egypt. And then that situation allowed Abram, I don't know if you know that, allowed Abram to get more resources. I mean, he got donkeys and he got a lot of gifts because the Egyptians like the way Sarah looks. And he said, well, they took Sarah and they gave him a lot of gifts. Hey, take all this stuff, man, it kind of basically paying a dowry for Abram's wife. And then when he got cursed, the leader of Egypt, he gave Sarah back, but he didn't take back the stuff that he gave Abram. So here you're starting to see where Abram started accumulating wealth, is what I wanted to tell you, if you didn't catch that. So now we're going to talk about the fact is that what God said, separate from your family. Well, one of the things I got to do, you got to let Lot go. I didn't call for Lot to come with you, So that's what 12, that's what 13 is about. So let's take a look at 13. See how this Bible unfolds itself to us. So this is a short chapter. So I think it would be good to go when we do it. All right, this time we got the audio set up correctly. All right, so let's give it a shot. Here we go.
So Abram went up from Egypt to the Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abram had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and gold. From the Negev he went from place to place until he came to Bethel, to the place between Bethel and Ai, where his tent had been burned, and where he had first built an altar. There Abram called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents. But the land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great that they were not able to stay together, and quarreling arose between Abram's herders and the herders of Lot. The Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land at that time. So Abram said to Lot,
let's not have any quarreling between you and me, or between your herders and mine, for we are close relatives. Is not the whole land before you? Let's part company. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, out to the left.
Lot looked around and saw that the whole plain of the Jordan was well watered, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt toward Salon. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan and set out toward the east. The two men parted company. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived among the cities of the plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. Now the people of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. The Lord said to Abram after Lot had parted from him,
Look around from where you are to the north and south, east and west, all the land you see. I will give you your offspring forever, and will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could know the dust, then your offspring could be killed. Go, walk through the length and breadth of the land, for I am giving it to you.
So Abram went to live near the great trees of Mamre and Hebron, where he pitched his tents. There he built an altar to the Lord.
Amen. All right. See, that was a short chapter. But that was actually talking about God separating or creating the event where Abram and Lot separated, meaning they're very blessed. And you saw silver and gold. I mean, the Egyptians really loaded them up. They didn't talk about how much money or how much property he had initially when he first left in the previous chapter. But he took everything he had, everything the Egyptian gave him. It's similar to, look at that foreshadow, it's similar to when the children of Israel left Egypt, they plundered it, right? So you see, I'm kind of like it was like a foreshadow of how the children of Israel will leave Egypt, because our Abram left Egypt and he left with a lot of stuff that they gave him. Amen. All right. So I mean, that's all I wanted to say. Just let's take a look at these types of studies as we read the Bible and see how it opens up to you. All right. All right. See, that's very short. I'm glad you keeping up and reading the Bible with me. Those who do, those who choose to, and encourage other people to do the same. Let's encourage people to read the Bible. Amen. All right. I will check you later. I hope you have a great day and a great night. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.